listened to Adele Marcus the very first time in Copenhagen in 1978, it was like a revelation, because never before did I ever hear such a sound like hers out of the piano. She gave 1 week masterclass at the conservatory, and every morning she started the class by demonstrating her technical regimen and stretching exercises. Why stretching exercises? She compared our hand with the body of a ballet dancer. After a performance in the evening of 2 hours of a high artistic level, the dancer goes the next morning to stretch out at the stretching bar, because during the night her muscles contract while in repose. And if I should keep my arms close to the body for 6 to 7 hours, I would have difficulty in opening it. It would hurt and pain.
Of course, yes.
Therefore, we must work constantly with the instrument to strengthen our technique and flexibility so that we can accomplish all our technical aims.
Yeah.
I must also admit that when I heard her in Copenhagen, I knew I had found the teacher I always had searched for.
Yeah.
And when I came to New York to study with her, I realized that when students came to her, she claimed that everyone should practice at least 1 hour and a half daily with the exercises to get this endurance, which is so important in the piano playing.
Yeah.
The Adele Marcus technical regimen consists of stretching exercises, scales, arpeggios, scales in double third and double sixth, octaves and chords. Let's do the first one of the stretching exercises, diminished stretching exercise. Before you start, place both feet under the pedal. The shoulders should be relaxed. You should sit only on half of the bench so that you easily can move towards the keyboard. Place the hand on the diminished chord. The fingers should be straight when you push them down. And then you start stretching each finger 4 times, very slowly, and you should stay in the air as long as you stay on the key. The fingers will be straight, but when you come down, you make the fingers curve on the pad. I think it's a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
It should be even more slow and very accurate in rhythm.
Yeah.
And you also should have a feeling in the lower stomach muscle, like the stomach is jumping. That was very good. And take your time. Stay in the air. Good.
And also important to loosen the elbow.
But the elbows should be close to the body. Good. And always come down curved. That was
too fast.
You lost the rhythm, the pulse. That's most important also in doing the exercises, that the rhythm is very strict. to be sure, you could use a metronome.
Yeah.
Really, because it's so important with the pulse. In all her exercises, she always talks about how important the pulse is to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Let's,
from the start?
Yeah. You can loosen up a little, and when you grab the fingers towards you, you should really feel that you have energy in your stomach. That was good. And don't lift the elbow too much. That was good. And on the fourth, and keep the tempo. And then you go back the same way up to the fifth.
Yeah.
And always do this exercise each hand alone.
Yeah.
So when you have, if you are not an advanced student, I would recommend in the beginning just to do to the thumb.
Yeah.
Then make the hand rest while you are doing the left hand, and then start from the thumb and go back to the fifth. But in a while you can manage to do the whole. But this exercise is also very demanding for the muscles, and you should really be very careful so that you're not getting any injuries.
Yeah, and I'm trying on my student to check up the elbow really is loose, because the tension is not there all the time. It's really important.
The tension is only in the hand when you grab the keys. And you could also demonstrate the variation of this exercise. Very good. And this you can do in different keys. Also the first one, of course.
What's also really hard, and I found in the start, is to make the keys the fingers who are not playing supported on the piano, so that they are not leaving the surface of the keys. So to try to rest on the other fingers not playing is, I think, also important to have this control.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
The next stretching exercise Adele Marcus got from Vladimir Horowitz, and it's the same principle with raising the fingers and coming down curved.
Yeah.
And we start then on the G, and you make it in octaves and chromatically.
Yeah.
Yes, you do it perfectly. What also is important with this exercise, you widen up the space between the fourth and the fifth. And you did it very right, because most people, when we have a passage, just sit, with a, we would like to help ourselves with the arm. If you, just like that. But here you should really keep the elbows still at the body, because you practice also this space. And these four fingers, the fifth and the fourth, are the most important for us pianists. Here we have the orchestra and the voicing, and these fingers are the weakest, so it's very hard. So these exercises are excellent to make this part of the hand really strong.
I think also Marcus talked about the smallest finger. It was okay if it's not very curved, because it's so short finger. So, but the joint, this joint is most important to have the control of the sound in the tip.
Absolutely.
And all the she was talking about all the exercises. The power comes from this joint and also focus on the tip.
Yes. Very, very important to be aware of, because that's the whole clue of the exercises. And then he had a variant with only the fourth and fifth, where you can place a thumb on the wood to have some support. It doesn't matter.
It sometimes fall off because you're using. It looks like nothing, but you're using your whole body, so it's very exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and that's also why you should not practice too long. Each session of the exercises.
Especially in the start, of course.
Especially in the start. And then there is also variation of this exercise where you start on the C. You can do it with the left hand. And then you can do it a little bit faster. But you do it perfectly, because you have got the whole point that you stretch, but when you come down, you relax the whole hand, so that you don't stay in tension. You relax between each.
And because of the elbow is so close to the body, you have a very bad angle for the small finger, and therefore it.
But that's the point. To make it stronger.
And I don't know. Have you told that it's very important to say that we are not playing like this? We are.
Yes, of course.
It's just for practicing.
Yes, you will never have a touch like that in the piece. It sounds so ugly. But here, when it sounds ugly, it's right.
And this is also for the
left hand, and you can also make it.
With a little bit faster. Like that,
Good. next stretching exercise Adele Marcus got from Rachmaninoff. She had his grandchild as a student, and one day he came for a lesson. He asked, can I warm up? And she said, by all means. And she listened very carefully when she heard this exercise, and she asked, where did you get that? Well, he had got it from his grandfather. And it's again the same principle with stretching high, coming down curved. Can you show it?
Did he use it with both hands, do you know?
Yeah, and in different keys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you come down, the others go up.
Yeah.
You can...
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't done it like that.
Yeah. Exactly. Good. That's much more difficult. Always up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you're not familiar, you can do it only with one hand.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's right. Good. Very good. That's it.
The next key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always practiced them with the losing and then up like the other exercise. Okay. Yeah.
But this is a bit different.
Yeah. It's different.
Well, that's good together with the others.
I tried one more. Like this.
That's very good.
Yeah, it's really tiring.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. The last stretching exercise is from Joseph Levin, with whom Adele Marcus studied for several years in New York. And the special with this exercise is to practice the flexibility between the thumb and the fifth finger.
Yeah.
Could you show,
With the right hand.
explain how you do with the fingering?
Yeah, if you go from the fifth finger and then thumb over, then under, over, and back again. You go over the whole time. Yeah.
Very good. And in the left hand?
And the left hand. Then you go over on the way up. When you go down, when you have the third, you go over, and then you go up. You get kind of waves when you're playing it.
Can you do it once more and
I'll
very
try.
slow?
Yeah.
Very good. And this one you can also do chromatically.
Yeah, chromatically. All keys. And so on. Yeah.
Thank you. The next exercise, scales, it's almost like a science. Most people consider scales to be only mechanic. But when I came to study with Adele Marcus in New York, I got a totally other view of what scales mean. Above all, it makes you listen. if you practice the right way. I think most people practice scales up and down, forte, fortissimo, not particular slowly maybe, but in fast speed. And then you really don't hear anything, you just play. But the first 6 months I practiced scales, only each hand alone. Pianissimo, she always recommended to use a little of the left pedal, because most of the pianos have a bad mechanic, to make it as even as possible. And then very, very slow, so that each key is similar to the one you just played, so that it doesn't come uneven, but very even. And with the same energy in each finger. Could you try?
With one hand?
One hand.
Yeah.
And always prepare the thumb. At once when it has played, it prepares. Very good.
And the elbow is pulling you upwards.
Falling, yeah.
And when you go back, it's the hand is kind of
it's rolling.
Yeah. Oh, the thumb is too loud.
It was too loud, but that was not bad. Absolutely good. And I would practice it even slower.
Yeah.
And in 4 octaves, and also, of course, with the left hand alone.
Yeah.
When you start to make more speed, you can do it 4 different tempi. And if you, for instance, practice scales in thirds, when you go, what is it called, ascending?
Yeah.
Upwards, the left hand is a little bit above the right hand, but when you go to ascending, then it's the other way around.
Yeah, and the body is also going so not like.
And it's like skiing, you know.
Yeah.
In Norway.
Yes, I know.
Can you try?
Yeah. In thirds.
Let's now say that you have practiced very slowly. Everything is fine. You start now to do 4 tempi.
In both. Yeah, then a little bit faster. Yeah, and then the next a little bit.
And even faster.
And even faster.
Good. And you could maybe do even more with the arms.
Yeah.
When
More of this.
yeah. And the faster, don't play it the louder. Try to keep it down. Very good. And I think I wouldn't stop between each tempo. I would, when I come back, I would continue.
Automatically,
Yeah.
continue. Yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah, and then in thirds of this.
When the hands are so close together, really make the left hand over the right, because it's much easier. And like that. Very good, yes. in tempo because we make a ritardando in the end,
Yeah.
and you point it up.
Yeah.
But you know, in fast speed, do you point, for instance, every ninth note to make it
Like
really pulse? As we talked about in the stretching exercise, the pulse is always important. And the faster always is.
Yeah.
I think my experience with students, so many of them don't listen. And I think scales can be a way to make them listen if they are practiced this way.
Yeah.
Because if you really practice very slow, very pianissimo, you will immediately hear when key comes out not in the same color. And the most important by playing is to use the ears.
Yeah.
They are your real teacher.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
So how is your experience by practicing scales?
Yeah, it's. I think it's the whole basis for everything you do. You can use it. You can always use it when you have a new piece. You have kind of practice it in forehand because you have you see the scales in the pieces. They are there.
Yeah.
So I've for a very long time played one scale a day, and then in different directions and like this, and I find that very, very important to do. Yes.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
And she also recommends to practice in thirds and sixth.
Yeah.
And then she recommends fingering from Moskowski.
Yeah.
In both scales.
Yeah. That I haven't done a lot.
Oh.
But I know I think it's the different fingerings in every key, and the D fingering is if you go from, you should always play one voice in the third legato, and the other one like tagging along.
Yeah.
And the left hand is like this. And the other hand is like this. Yeah, I play in the left hand. I play legato in the upper voice on the way up, and then when I go down, I play legato in the deepest voice.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit because sometimes the thumb has to do a jump.
Yeah.
So, and also in sixths, we go to 3 and then 1 2 1 2. Then I go with legato on that. Right, same principle, and also with this.
That's a good exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes quite some time to learn it.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And especially with both hands together.
You have to be
very focused. Yes.
When a student came to Juilliard to study with Adele Marcus, she wanted them to practice every day 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
This technical regimen. Everyone had to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they were kicked out of our class.
But I think it's good to do it like that.
And then the arpeggios, They should be practiced in 4 octaves, loud and strong, and with accent after every 4 notes.
Yeah.
Could you try not too fast?
Yeah. I think 2 times every. Go up.
Can you try it a bit faster?
Oh, yeah.
Very good, very good. And if you have problems making a thumb under, do you have any recommendation how you could practice in a
like
different way?
trying to make it fly over the keys, so you don't get this
Jump,
this amateur thumb thing, and try to like trying to. Even if your hand is not big enough, you like pretend that the hand can reach it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
And so you stay
And
in this level. Yeah.
there are also ways of like just
Play it well. Like resting on the thumbs. Yes.
So we always should try to make changes in the way we practice to make it even more secure, not only one way.
Yeah, and also interesting for ourselves.
Yes, and use the fantasy, the imagination.
And of course in all keys.
On all keys, yes. And in the contrary motion, can you do that?
Like standing on the last one. I was wondering about should we always play the same fingering in every key? I try to do that, but it's in some keys it's really hard to play the exact same fingering.
You could change.
I think I would. Yeah.
Change.
I don't know if Marcus said something about that or.
She always tried to find the best
flexible,
solution,
yeah,
flexible solution. Yes. Good. Then we are at the octaves.
Yes.
Can you demonstrate the first exercise with the octave?
Yeah, it's quite like a stretching exercise, but with the whole hand.
Yeah.
So first you go up, and then you hit the key like an umbrella. It's folding 4 times.
That's good. And always the 4th finger
on the black keys. Yes.
And in the right hand.
The same.
And then you have this one with
try to have a high wrist, and do more repetitions, but like in one
breath.
Yeah, like you can do it with a. Yeah, that wasn't good.
You don't want to go up at the end just to relax on the last key? Or?
Yeah, that is just to get the tension of the hand. Yeah. And also like the... Ja, jag vet inte helt hvordan jeg gjorde det. Yeah.
You just try.
Yeah, I'll just try.
You don't need to do it so fast.
No.
And try to make each sounds alike.
Yeah.
Each has a good quality. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also in 8. That wasn't good. And I think the wrist up to not to get stuck.
No,
in
no. And this is a preparation for the octave.
Faster.
The
octave,
faster.
Yeah.
And then Marcus suggested to play with an extremely high wrist. He would never use the wrist like that. But in octaves, it's like you are just throwing them out.
Like the dead hand from Liszt.
The dead hand, yes. And always point to the fifth finger. And the thumb is like ear.
Yeah.
And always a force on the black keys.
Yeah.
Can you try? Yeah, it goes
through all the keys in minor and major. Yeah.
I think I would do it just with right hand.
Right hand, yeah.
And you should almost not hear the thumb.
Yeah.
Only the fifth. That's good. Very nice, very light.
And also try to get in the keys, so you're not like going out.
Or in the middle of the keyboard, so you don't go out and in on the white and the black keys. I think you should
even more.
overdo it once and really point the whole hand to the fifth finger. That's it, yes. That's good. Very light. No energy. That's good. And it's floating on air.
Yeah.
Can you try the left hand?
Yeah.
I think I am not so eager to play it together.
I think even Marcus said she never played it together.
No.
Or very seldom.
Why should we?
Yeah, why should we bother? Yes.
So, just the left hand. So I think you make too many reflexes for each. It should just be in one movement. Yeah, that's it.
No, it's no.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wonder how to play. Sometimes I play with when I have to repeat octaves very fast. It's the question about high or low wrists, and especially with the left hand, that's not so fast as the right. And then it really helps to have this kind of falling feeling in the hand.
Yeah. Because you don't need to do anything.
No, you just
But always, before you start, remind yourself only the fifth, and the thumb is just like blind passenger, you know. No activity.
Yeah.
Shall we go to the arm waist course?
Yeah.
And this is simply just to feel the weight of your arms from the shoulder.
To the fingertip,
And you should prepare the cord with your fingertips firm, but just for like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Only one hand.
Well,
That's not enough. You should come from the air. And very heavy and just... That's it. Because if you stay here, you don't fall.
okay. So
And relax. That's it. Drop it down. Once more. And you have to prepare the fingertips so that they grab the cord. But your arm weight, 100%. That's the arm weight. Do it with the right hand. It's like they are stopping before you come down. Just and down. And once more.
yeah.
And the fingertips might hurt if you do it too long. But
So you really did it from the air?
from
High up, okay.
to be sure that you are really falling.
Yeah.
Because if you are here, it's too secure.
Yeah.
Like having a security net.
Yeah.
No security. Even more. Come on. Now you stopped before you fell.
Yeah.
You were not loose enough. Let me check.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Now stop.
Yeah, that's...
Fine.
You can feel that in your fingertips.
Thank you so much. Great, Sindra. Thank you.
Thank you.
You came to study with me in 1991.
Yes.
No, 92.
92 it was, yes.
And that means it's 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's
So
anniversary. Yes.
I'm curious to know, how did these exercises work for you?
I think to understand the full impact of the exercises on me, or the regime of Adele Marcus, I have to tell something about my story as a pianist.
Please.
And I started with jazz music and playing different bands and so on. And then I came to you, and you showed me the exercises, and through your playing and through Adele Marcus, for me it came a new world was opened. A new world was opened, and I didn't actually know what the piano could do before I experienced the exercises and your playing as well. And we started doing the stretching, and we started playing a lot of scales very silently. And after a while, I started to get or to understand the meaning of have an idea about a sound and then trying to produce it. And that was also a new experience for me. And after 4 years, I think I reached kind of a peak, and I went abroad and got to a new teacher, and he had a totally new regime again. So I had to start all over again, kind of. But I couldn't get a new technique to fit into what I wanted to hear. That was the problem. So it was kind of a schizophrenic feeling. I wanted to sound like that, but with that technical regime, it wasn't possible. And then that led to a crisis, and I started to get pains all over, and it wasn't good at all. And I felt kind of lost. And then you said to me, "Come to Tromsø, and I'll try to help you." And I did, and you set for me like 5 hours a day, and we were playing like very slowly, only da 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 scales, and you said like this can't hurt, so this must be right. And after 14 days, then I could play again. Then I can practice 3 hours, and after half a year, I gave concerts with the big pieces again, like the big pieces from Schumann and from Beethoven and so on. And yeah, and then I find the circle was kind of complete when I got a new teacher, Volker Banfield in Hamburg, and he had also studied by Adele Marcus, and I got his angle and point of view as well. And but today it's like I think I've found my path, but it's always it's like in a relationship. I think sometimes you're very close to the partner, and then you are apart in some phases, and if you don't work on it, you will lose it. And just like in piano playing, you are close to your sound sometimes, and you have to work on it all the time to stay close to it.
Yes, that's true.
And you're always struggling against a very high level of sound that you want to reach, and you probably never will reach it, but it's a goal, and you must also always struggle against it, I think. Yeah.
But you know, that's a big danger going to a teacher, because everyone has its own ideas and so on. But I think you always will have an instinct inside, or what you are looking for, what you are searching for. And I met Adele Marcus when I was rather old. I was not a young student anymore. But it's never too late to learn. No. And I changed my whole way of playing, touch, everything, because I was never happy with the way I had played up till I met her. Yeah. And it took some years, but I managed to change.
It was the same for me too, and I also I'm wondering, is it the exercises, or is it the regime of Adele Marcus, or is it the person, or is it because of you? And I think it's the whole package. It's
but you know, I have it from her. And
and it's
I was very fortunate because she sat next to me, as we do now. Yeah. And practiced these exercises with me, not only once, but really until she was secure. I had understood it fully. And so I think I have everything to thank her for. It was also wonderful to get to know her. And you know, she came to Tromsø twice to give an international piano festival. And pianists were coming from the whole world because she was a really big queen of the piano in that time, in the 80s. So she was a great personality, and she also had a lot of humor. She could be very funny.
I can reckon, yes.
So I think I was very fortunate. But I believe in, if you are searching, you will always find. But if you are happy with the way you are doing it, you never find anything.
No.
So true, yes. I must say, for me, I have been so pleased and happy to follow your career, and you are the best example of what I always say and what she said, that these exercises, when done right, they are like mathematics. It works. So thank you so much.
Thank you too.